Welcome to Angels and Demons podcast. This is episode 1. My name is Vincent Morgan, founder of Angels and Demons podcast. Joe, welcome.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure to have you on the show.
Grateful to be here.
This podcast is specifically for mental health. It is to bring attention to it. Joe is my neighbor, and we just met, and I heard what he was doing with helping people that others have helped me when I've been at my lowest point. So what inspired you to start this surf camp that you're doing with these kids, Joe?
Well, in 2006, it all started with me watching a documentary about surfers healing. And Izzy Paskowitz was a professional surfer, coming from a very famous surfing family, had a son, Isaiah. And Isaiah was severely autistic. And Izzy was very frustrated with the situation. And he was actually at a surf contest, and somebody suggested throw Isaiah on a board. I think he was around 5 years old. And as soon as he took him out in the ocean, there was a change. The water immediately calmed Isaiah down.
It's incredible.
And I think there was a connection that they made that actually started Surfers Healing. So that was the first adaptive surfing organization, I believe, in the world. And I saw a documentary about that, and this is where the angels come in. About a week later, I get a call from Dan Brooks at Sunrise, and he says, we need all our watermen to come together to put together an autistic surf camp.
Wow.
So that's how it all got started, actually.
That is incredible. How do you tailor the surfing experience for these kids as they come in? Is there any specific way you go about doing everything, or is it how do you start that process when you start? Let's say all the kids meet at a certain time and day. How does that work?
Well, it's very organized. I actually did learn some tips on the documentary I had seen, and I think the most important thing is to try to give the relationship some time with the child. You come in, we have a safety orientation. I think what's most important about our camp is that there's a relationship. There's a lead instructor, and that lead instructor, along with the assistants, spend the entire day with the surfer. But first, they get to know them, they understand. So there's such a wide range of autism, and some of the children are more capable than others. But it's our job as instructors to understand what their needs are and then tailor the surf camp to them. Surfing, kayaking, whatever activity, we make sure they're comfortable with it and give them time to enjoy it.
That is so cool. What kind of training do you guys do? Would it be like in the beginning, would it be something where they're just in the water, or do you teach them just how to lay on the board?
Well, it's a good question, because at first we really didn't have instruction. So we learned by doing. Well, first of all, we put a life jacket on them, okay? That was the most important thing. And then
I probably could use one of those.
Yeah. And what we did is we learned as we were going, and then certain lead instructors just kind of took off, and watermen. I mean, we're watermen in the first place, so we understand you want to hold the tail down so they don't pearl dive, and we just kind of used what we had to give them the best experience based on their ability.
That's so cool.
And we all just kind of went with the flow, and being watermen ourselves, we're used to the ocean. And we started to get energized ourselves when we saw the response from the surfers. So we just adapted and learned together. And now, and the important thing about the training is that we've been doing this for 20 years.
Wow.
So we have a lot of lead instructors that get together with children, because we have to teach our kids how to do this so that they can take over and be leads and teach others, so that this thing can keep going.
And just to be clear, it's not like you just kind of started this camp. You grew up in California. You have been surfing how many years?
Oh gosh, for gosh, almost 50 years.
So this
Yeah.
is, you live and breathe this. This is your passion.
Surfing definitely opens doors, and I'm not sure how it does. I mean, surfing and music, it might be the energy you feel when you're surfing, the positive vibrations of music. It seems like music and surfing creates a lot of positive energy that then turns into other positive things.
What an amazing way that you chose, out of all the choices you have in life and things to do, to give back in this way. I mean, it really is powerful, because no matter what we're going through, no matter what we're facing, you chose to take time out of your day, which you could be doing anything, and you chose to give back to kids that most people would just walk by and pay no attention to. God bless you, Joe. That's just, I think I'm blown away just to know the fact that your ministry is helping. And has it affected you in any way being a part of this?
Well, thank you. And another reason I was inspired, because there was a need in the community. I think others had learned about Izzy Paskowitz and Surfers Healing and wanted to bring that out here. And at the time that need, I was in need. I was lost myself. I was behaving in a way that wasn't positive, and this actually was something that healed me as well. I realized I just wanted to help with surfing, and then realized that there was such a positive benefit for me that I was like, wait a minute, we can get together as a community. I can bring my friends in, I can bring my kids in, and this causes such a positive vibration for the entire community that it also it filled my heart, and it gave me hope or dignity or some sort of self-worth.
Deep meaning.
Yeah.
Deep meaning.
That said, wait a minute, okay, I'm being blessed, and I'm going to continue to do this and help it grow by getting the word out that not only about the surfing, but Heal itself. I'm also a member of Autism.org, and it is a fantastic organization that not only provides surf camps, but it also, we provide grants to so many organizations that help the autistic community, all here in the local community.
So cool.
It's a tremendous
so cool.
opportunity and a blessing for me to be part of this. And every time I meet somebody, that's autistic, I mention this because of the resources that it provides.
Yes, that's incredible. Do you find it sounds like you have a very good support system around you, and what is something that through that support system, what's one success story that's kind of like come from this, or should I word it maybe differently? What's something that really you're like, wow, like through this ministry of giving back to these kids, where is something that you just found the aha moment where you're like,
okay, well,
that's it?
Let's start with something that happened Wednesday night. One of the children that we help surf, I walk on the beach every day if I'm not surfing, and there's a person, her name is Erin, and she has a son, his name Johnny Marley, and started talking to her, found out that AJ is on the spectrum, and I realized that we could, there's probably some resources that could help, and then he was very interested in surfing. Well, he just surfed with us on the June 10th and 11th of this year, and he really had a good time. It was his third year. And he's also the nephew of Stephen Marley. So we went down and saw Stephen on Wednesday night, and we saw AJ there. And it just he was there. The music was so incredibly healing. And then after the show, he brought us in, and we got to meet Uncle Stephen, and
That's so cool.
it was just incredible. Now
that is incredible.
That's something that filled my heart
spiritually,
but at the same time, it's just that kind of positive vibration that is created by surfing and music. And I know Stephen Marley, he's healing me, but he's playing music to heal himself too. He just lost his son, Joe Matacia, and I can't imagine what he's going through. So, I'm being healed.
Wow.
even further healed by meeting a hero of mine that just Stephen Marley got me through some tough times. Matter of fact, some really tough times about the same time I started doing the surf camp. So it's all kind of come full circle with me meeting him the other night because of one of the children that we're helping surfing.
That's so cool.
Bob Marley's grandson. So
that is so cool.
You can't make this stuff up, and that's where I think the angels come in and guide us. And if you vibrate gratefulness and you do help, and you have to have a heart of service to do this. It's hard work, but if you do, and you're doing it out of the goodness of your heart, and you're grateful, it's just amazing the blessing.
So what are the times and days, like if you take the week, like what times and days do you do this? Would this be like what days and times throughout the week?
Well, we have the surfers for autism, or sorry, the Riding the Wave of Autism surf camp. We have it only twice a year.
Okay.
But at the same time, one of the grants we give is to Jack's board riders, so they can give children with autism that want to surf more an opportunity to pay them to take the kids out for a private lesson.
That's so cool.
As well as me and my friends take out Max Etzkorn, who is blind and autistic, and we've been surfing for him for 15 years. I got to give a shout out to Max, Mad Max, who's been surfing with us since 2007. And he's blind, autistic, and just incredibly talented. And, the surf camp is been a springboard for him as far as doing other things. He's bowling, he's skating, he's a swimmer. He loves going to concerts. And I think that the surf camp just made them realize that Max can do anything.
That's awesome.
So
that is awesome. What a way to give back to the community. I have so much respect and honor to have a neighbor that is giving back to the community of Jacksonville Beach, Florida, in such a powerful way. This is just an incredible story, and the whole point of this podcast is to give attention to people, no matter how dark, no matter how light a moment in life is. We all need someone in our life that can be a friend to say you are not alone. Joe here is setting a prime example to others in need, to give of his time, to be there for these kids, to let them know you are not alone. That's just absolutely amazing. And now we haven't even touched into the benefits of surfing. I mean, surfing and being out in the ocean is on so many levels. How do you feel out there? Does it make you feel good just being out there?
Well, sure. I mean, I've been surfing for a long time, and my shoulders and neck, back, are kind of sore sometimes. But it's funny when you get in the water. Within about 15 minutes, it's almost like liquid painkiller because the
liquid painkiller.
Pain
I love that. I need some of that.
And and it's natural. And not to mention, I know when I've not surfed for a few days because, I just get a little more. Things might. It's in the back of my mind tend to bother me a little more. I'm not as light on my feet, but when I get out and surf, I find myself greeting people with so much aloha. I can feel it, and it really does help. I mean, the
That's
energy.
awesome.
Think about energy coming from 1,000 miles away from a storm, and that you're actually right there on the wave as it's dissipating.
Incredible.
So that energy is literally have to be passing through us. And I think it gives you such a feeling of it's almost like an endorphin or something, and you feel great. I mean, there's a saying, only a surfer knows the feeling, and I think that's true because when we all go out and surf, we're a bunch of friends. It creates community. We're all stoked. It seems like we all end up gathering together with music. Again, you got to bring in the music and the surfing.
Connects you with nature.
Oh, God, yeah.
Mental health boosts, improved balance, increased focus and concentration. You're out there with the community, your full body workout. I mean, one thing that amazed me, I read, was there are two places that there's positive ions. Volcanic ash and when a wave crashes. You get this feeling like you are meant to be there. Now, I haven't had nearly as much ocean time as you have, but I can imagine it's affected you as an individual to be able to absorb that many years of surfing and being at the beach, for these kids now, they're not getting someone like me that just, let me get a surfboard and see what's going on. No, they get Joe, who's been doing this for 50 years.
Well,
what a gift.
There's a lot of other people in the community doing the same. Starts with Dan Brooks from Sunrise Surf Shop. My best friends, Ron Weaver, Scott Smedley, Jerry Dabkowski, Mason C., all have been working on this since the beginning. And you could see it in them. They really, really enjoy it.
Passionate.
And they've taken it and grown their relationships. They have kids that they work with every year. And, it's nice to share that, but it's a community thing. It's not just me. And, I teach somebody and they teach somebody and they bring somebody in, or they have an autistic daughter or cousin or whatever. It's just something that, not only helps them mentally, but it also gives them so many resources.
So how can someone get involved with this? Let's say somebody is struggling with having an autistic child, having someone that's on the spectrum in the local Jacksonville community. What resources, who could they contact? How would they go about being a part of what you're doing?
Well, healautismnow.org is the Heal Foundation. And first of all, if someone has autistic, anyone on the spectrum, it's a great resource. The website will show you who we've given grants to, and it gives you an idea of all the different organizations that there are out there to help.
Wow.
And that's
very easy for them to plug in.
And that's the first thing. And I think what it does as well is it gives parents resources. Like, for example, during the surf camp, we remember the parents are there. We want to give them a 3-hour break. So we bring down umbrellas and you have food, and we give them time to relax. And I think we also give them some resources with Heal so that they can look into other things. And it just gives them, I guess, confidence to go out and say, hey, there's somebody out here that can give us help. And it's not 24/7, and I know autism is a 24/7 thing, but if we can give somebody a break or give them the resources they need to make their life better, that's what Heal is all about.
What support systems are in place for parents and caregivers during these sessions? Do you find there's enough of that, or what structure is built in that aspect?
That's a great question. Working with the kids over the years, you get to know their parents too, and you understand, what they're going through on a daily basis. Working with or taking care of a child on the spectrum. And one thing we like to do is give them, if the camp is 3 hours, we give them a 3-hour break. We take the kids, we surf with them. We have a safety speech. You're never supposed to leave your kid. If you do by chance, you're going to actually take them back and check them back in with the parents. But we give them a 3-hour break. We have umbrellas. We have vendors that come down and donate umbrellas and chairs.
Wow.
And we have food. We have people that bring out food, water, and they can relax.
Do you find that parents are almost overly concerned with their kids?
No, I think they're actually very impressed with their progress. They're amazed. They're down there taking pictures,
That's
and cheering
encouraging
them on.
And
cool. They're amazed at their children, what their children are able to do, and so happy for them that they're able to do something that they normally can't do.
That is so cool.
And I think it's great for them. It's great for the kids. It's great for the volunteers because, we're watching all this and it just makes us grateful for what we have. And I think it really does pick up, gives everybody a mental health boost.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So the parents, when they're part of this that's going on, do they in any way help the kids with getting out in the water, or is it more once they're on the board and in the water, is that then more what you're involved in?
The only thing we really ask parents to do, if one of the kids has some anxiety, we'll ask if they walk out to the water with them and kind of, give the support.
Get him into it slowly.
But they will leave their child. They'll be on the shore, and then we'll take their child out into the ocean and just give them confidence that they're going to be okay. And if we have a kid that needs 5 volunteers, we'll have that support system there just to make sure that they're safe and give them
with being in the water and being on the board.
Sure,
and all that.
in the deep water, in the shallow water, when the board goes, we'll have somebody there for them, pick them up, take them back out in the ocean. We have support for the kids the entire time.
That is so cool, Joe.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And through this, the parents are a part of it, the kids are a part of it, your organization is a part of it, and the perfect trifecta of all those things coming together enables everyone to feel healed in a way where the mission and the vision of this is to give back to help people in need. And you're filling that spot. I mean,
Absolutely.
it's just you're filling that spot, and probably, in my opinion, and I could be biased because I live in Jacksonville Beach here, but I mean this is really a special place. It's a special community. We support, we help each other in ways that every day I run into someone and they're doing something, but they're not doing what you're doing. And that is so cool, because those parents, I bet you've gotten personal letters written in the mail just thanking you for what you've done to help these kids, because it gives them life, right? Gives them encouragement, it builds them, and then you get to, as you see them again, see their growth.
Sure. Yeah. Every year these kids come out, they improve. It's like they are bringing forward their skills they learned last year.
They're excited, right, to go back out. They're probably excited.
They put their head up. They know when the wave's going to hit them. It's like they bring that forward. So we do have a great surf community that supports the autistic community and many other things. And I think what's great about this is healautismnow.org also it's just, okay, the surf camp is one thing, but there's so many other resources that we can provide for the autistic families in this community.
That's so cool. I have one last question. What is that moment that a kid wanted so bad to stand up on a board and catch a wave, and he finally got to do it and catch that wave, and you got to see that? Tell me about that. Like, how much joy was that?
You're giving me goosebumps, because there are many moments like that where kids have the ability.
Where his hands go in the air and he's like, I did it, Mom. I did it, Dad. I did it. I did it.
And all the volunteers erupt. We're all hooting and hollering. And the really cool thing is
it's
at
a
Pete's,
celebration.
At Pete's, afterwards, we have a celebration the day after the surf camp. And people like Curran's got an opportunity to show his work. And all the pictures that are taken are displayed at the park.
So cool.
So you get all these success moments, and people out there surfing, standing up.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now
it's great.
With the
great
people in the
acknowledgement.
water with you, can you give me some names of people that surf in the water with you that are really good surfers that have kind of come around you a little bit to shape some of this?
Well, certainly Sunrise Surf Shop has been a great, it just brings everybody together. When you go to a community and you're a surfer, you got to figure out what your surf shop is. So when I came here in 1988, the first thing I did was I went to each surf shop and I kind of figured out which one had the right vibe for me.
That's cool.
So Sunrise has always been where the community gets together. And, I know Aqua does Aqua supports, but Sunrise has always been in the middle of these type of events. And Dan's always willing to,
be a part of it,
sponsor all this stuff. The Brooks family, we have the Sears family. Hobie Sears is a great surfer. He's part of that. Dr. Don, Kim, everyone. Kane Sears.
Cool.
All these families that have gotten together over the years. Like I said earlier, Ron Weaver, Mason C., my buddy, all my friends get out there.
I think you mentioned in talking to you one day you were surfing with Curran and Reggie. Are those names come across to you at all?
Well,
They kind of helped.
Yeah. I mean, of course, Kern and Reggie. I met them through music with Sundrop, and they also do a lot of video work. They came out and did some really nice work for the Heel Surf Camp one day, and their great work has led to other things. Every time I hear, that's why they're here right now.
Give me a little bit about Sundrop. Just drop it in. Like,
well,
what is that?
I mean, I have a love for reggae that goes back, 40 years, and actually longer. It's 50 years. And when I met these guys, I was like, wait a minute, these guys are into the dub reggae stuff that I grew up with. Gregory Isaacs and Bob Marley and so many great artists that
just
they
cleaned
respect.
the teeth of the mom of Slightly Stupid, by the way.
That's cool.
She was so happy. She's like, "That's my boy."
But to see these guys respect that music, and then not only that, but come up with restoring the dance hall speakers, and and then playing music themselves, the elemental beat, and they just have this soul of reggae. And I just gravitated toward these guys. They're cool. They're great surfers. They're music engineers, they're video engineers, and we just always seem to be crossing paths in really positive places.
And we do want to thank, in this time, Sundrop for their taking the time to film this, to put in the effort. This is not something that just happens. This is something that takes a team, and it's much appreciated. And so the content that you're listening to, that you're viewing, is credit to Sundrop being a part of this organization.
Sure.
So, and going back to reggae music, I'm just going to say, it is, our slogan is, "You are not alone." And what I want to just say at the very end here is, what are you going to do now, Joe, to make someone else feel that they are not alone? That's the end of my podcast. I'm going to ask everyone. I don't need to ask you that question. You're already in it. You every moment participate in a camp that you let these parents know and you let these kids know they are not alone. And that is so powerful, because the impact, the long life impact that you are making on their life is something that you might not even see in this lifetime. It's going to go generational down to where they will share to their significant others, this moment in my life when nobody was there for me, somebody volunteered their time. And like you said, that moment of when they work, and then they get to catch that first wave, and you get to see that. Yeah. You get to be a part of that.
Well, what I'm going to do is continue to be aware, continue to observe and understand that, if there's somebody out there that needs help, I'm going to see if I can lead them to Heal or any other organization. But you never know somebody if they're going through a tough time. And I think it's good to be aware, and it's good to always be kind and understand that everybody's going through something. Everybody is.
Yes.
And there's something, you can go out of your way. You don't want to be too intrusive. But if you can add something, and it's in a good flow, you're doing it for the right reason, then go ahead and do it.
Amplifies positivity.
Volunteer. Find something that you really enjoy doing. It doesn't have to be surfing. It could be helping people play golf. It could be going out and help. We have camps for for horseback riding. Whatever it is,
being kind,
find
and
something,
loving, passing that
enjoy,
positive energy forward.
Volunteer. Help out somebody who's less fortunate, and I promise it will definitely bring blessings to your life.
So, one last question: what is the most raw moment through this experience that you have witnessed, to where you don't even know how to respond because the significance of what you're doing has placed you? Whether it's a autistic kid that is so much on the spectrum, or one way or the other, where you sit there and you just see the burden that parent has, the stress in their life, the troubling aspects of what life just brings us at all, and then you get to participate in that. What is one moment that just, out of all of that, you can remember?
Well, actually, I got a couple. One year, we had learned that one of the children that was surfing hadn't spoken for 9 months, hadn't said a word, and got some waves, and he started to speak. He said he was having a good time, he enjoyed surfing, and he ran up to the beach, and he said, "Mom, I'm surfing." And she broke down, fell into the sand. It was unbelievable. And the next year, he came out again. He hadn't spoken for 3 months. And next thing you know, we can't shut him up. He was having such a good time. And it was just a release for him. And his mom was so happy just that he expressed something positive.
Wow.
And then another one, Max
I'm
Etchcorn,
just giving me chills just
who we've
hearing
been
this. I'm
surfing with
just
since 2007. I just got a bunch of videos from her. And she is in all caps and says, not only is Max a great surfer, but he's a great bowler, and now he's skating. So the
That's
confidence that he got from surfing, the kid is bowling, he's blind, he's
That's
barely
so awesome.
verbal, and he's just kicking ass.
Talk about joy. I mean,
Kicking ass.
talk about just joy. I mean, if I was you, I would walk around feeling like one of the most powerful people because I'm giving back to the community in a way that is so unselfish. There's no selfish endeavor in what you're doing. This is to give and bless, and you have touched lives. You have made this an incredible organization, and there is a special gift for you, Joe. And if it hasn't already come towards your way, it's on its way.
Well, it's just being able to participate, and I'm actually very grateful, very humbled for the opportunity, and I think I just need to continue to serve whoever I can that needs it when I have the opportunity. My family, my friends, my community, and just keep working hard and being grateful.
Yes.
And not
that's
let it
the key.
you can't, I feel good about it, but I still want to keep working hard at it because it's not a destination, it's a journey.
When I lose servanthood, humility, thankfulness, one of my greatest mentors that I think of is Ali Muhammad, where he said, the rent you pay is the servanthood in which you give to others. That is your rent here on earth, is what we give to others, is why we can stand and be here. And you have shown that to be a true fact. I get to speak, fortunately, in what I do as a dental hygienist, cleaning people's teeth. I get asked, and my favorite question to ask is, what do you like to do, or what in life what can I do to be a blessing to you besides just cleaning your teeth? And people open up and they share a lot of stories that I just realized life is hard. Life is hard. And if you say it's perfect and all peachy, you're just lying. It's difficult. And the parents that are dealing with these autistic kids has to weigh on their personal time, on their efforts going forward, and for you to be a part of an organization and a resource that alleviates some of the pressure so they can have the opportunity to live their life and have a mental health themselves. And not saying that these kids are taking it away from them, but it gives them an opportunity to see their child in a beautiful moment on the beach, surfing, and participating in something that is probably going to impact them the rest of their life. And that's powerful, Joe. What you are doing is going to impact these kids potentially for the rest of their life. And as they go further in life, they will remember what seems as maybe just, it's a surf camp. No, what Joe is doing here is so significant. It is taking something that maybe was difficult in his life and he is giving back. God bless you, Joe. That's an incredible story.
Thank you. But it gives back to us too. I mean, everybody is positively impacted. When we go, our bodies, two days in a row, picking people up, surfing, picking up all the kayaks, running around, your body is taxed.
Do you have to do that work, or do you have people that help you? You have to
I'm a
do
lead
that.
instructor. I've been working with Max. I also do a Brooks surfing event where we're picking up people with spinal cord injuries, paraplegic, quadriplegics, people with all kinds of different disabilities. And but at the end of the day, for us, we are like, look and see what these people are going through, and it makes you just grateful for the blessings that that we have to be able to walk and be healthy, and and be able to surf and be able to help them. I mean, that's a big part of it as well, because we sit around and we go, man, we are blessed, and it definitely helps.
And I ask everyone that's watching this, like, you can see that Joe is giving of his time to help these kids. It's taking a lot of effort, a lot of time. We'll provide some links below where you can donate to help Joe in his cause and what he is doing to help these kids in the local Jacksonville Beach community gain mental health. I don't know to what specifics, what would be most helpful to have at your hands to where you could better equip more kids and help more kids? Is it surfboards? Is it where do you find the greatest need is right now?
Well, I think it's it's donating to Heal, so they can actually create or grant money to different organizations throughout the community. We have multiple times through the year, we actually take applications for grants, and they've all got to be qualified. And they have to be qualified that they're really helping out the community. And then what we do is we don't spend any money for it. We have no brick and mortar. Our employees are the one
volunteer
employee
base, basically
gets a little money, but a very, 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 very high percentage of every dollar that somebody donates is going right back into the community. So, and I think Heal's been around for a long time. I think 21 years or maybe longer, but I don't know exactly when it started. But they've been providing, benefit to the community through donations for a long time. So again, check out the website. You can see who we're donating to, and
awesome.
Feel free to donate. HealAutismNow.org.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Joe. Again, this is Angels and Demons, and this podcast is specifically designed to let everyone in their lowest, highest moment know that you are not alone. And just as Joe has demonstrated today, taking his time to give to these kids, we ask that you would please donate to the cause of what Joe is doing and impacting the community in such an amazing way. Thank you.
Thank you, Benny.
Pleasure to have you on, Joe.
Grateful.